And there's a greater thrill to doing something you're not supposed to do,
Right.
than there is to doing something you're free to do.
Right.
And so there are things that can, if we're going to be real about it, there are things that people enjoyed in fornication that becomes dull when you are allowed and to actually do it, where there is no prohibition. There's a thrill to doing what you're not. The forbidden is always more alluring than the freedom. Mm-hmm. And so now, in hindsight, many couples, if they were honest, would have to admit we understand why God said for every, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, every woman her own husband, even within a couple. Back when you were younger, there are couples that have sex before marriage and end up married. And even in those cases, it's always more thrilling when you're sneaking. There's a term now that that's often used called sneaky link, because quite naturally the forbidden, since the beginning of time, the tree that was forbidden
was the most appealing.
It's like, wow, because Satan is the master of making the forbidden look good. And so what happens is life, you grow up, you mature, and the thrill of forbidden sex is no longer there. Why? Because it's no longer forbidden. And some people can become thrill seekers and thrill chasers in an inappropriate way. So, I mean, there's this sickness, but here's the base of it all. And the base of that chapter was they still are expectations. Expectations. The Bible uses to please, right? Husbands are there to render due benevolence, to please sexually, and wives are there to please. If sickness doesn't prohibit it, if trauma doesn't prohibit it, God says, please one another.
Please, right.